The CSGO scam that got away. Oh, Mr. Banks? Banks was scamming? Kill, what is this?
Honestly, I'll let you in on a secret. Don't tell anybody I said this, but we figured out how to just scheme so much money out of Hollywood and the internet. Like, we're just running with it.
I know it, dude.
Until the fucking wheels fall off.
Man, dude. Wait, hey, where's your buddy?
Okay. Listen, hey, listen, we just saying fuck it.
7 years ago was the start of an internet phenomenon that still has its
I'd never
roots
heard about
in today's
this.
media landscape on YouTube and Twitch. A hyper-specific genre of content that was fueled by greed and lies from influencers, companies, and bad actors that capitalized off underage audiences. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO for short, is the most competitive first-person shooter game in the world. The mechanics of CSGO would seem bare bones compared to today's modern shooting games, but that is exactly what makes it so special. With limited movement, map awareness, accuracy, and speed are everything. The competitive CSGO scene was born in the early 2000s,
This
but
game
really
is still
picked up
popular?
steam in the 2010s when the increased demand and popularity of the game meant million-dollar prize pools. But there's no sense in talking about CSGO without one key aspect of the game. It wasn't until August 2013 when a whole new facet of the game was added in the Arms Deal update that would change the culture of CSGO forever: weapon skins. Weapon skins are unique designs and colors that players could buy and sell on the Steam marketplace to show off in-game. If you play almost any modern game, it's obvious that virtual skins are an integral part
Yeah, I
of
was
the
about to say, every
monetization
game got
system.
skins,
By
cuz, what you
design,
talking about?
some weapon skins are more rare than others, making them more valuable to some players. And as a result of this, the foundations for
because
CSGO
you could like
skin
sell these
trading
back
and
to the
gambling
game or
websites
something, right?
started popping up by using Steamworks API, or the Application Programming Interface. This basically means that people were able to link their Steam profiles to these websites, which allowed them to buy and sell skins. In the very same year that skins were added, people were already licking their lips at how they were going to make a lot of money off of this addition, and CSGO Lounge was born. This was the first CSGO gambling website that allowed users to wager their skins against other players on the outcome of competitive Counter-Strike matches. There was one glaring problem with CSGO Lounge that other websites around the same time would also adopt. There was no KYC, or Know Your Customer procedure, in place. KYC is necessary for legitimate casinos. They need to know who you are because they are dealing
you
with
could just
huge
make an
financial
account without like an ID
Not
card
only
or
does
something,
KYC
right?
protect the casino, but also the player. Online gambling without KYC means that anyone and everyone can gamble on your site, including kids. In order to understand the scope of the fraud that went on during this time, we have to know how CSGO gambling actually worked.
Skins to the gambling site of your choice, traded them to their bots for a new fake currency that was roughly equivalent to US dollars, which they were your casino chips. You then bet that money with that currency on either matches or roulette spins to win more money, which you then turned back into skins. And finally, you sold those skins to someone through another site to get back real human Earth money.
You see, skins were just the vehicle that allowed this type of gambling to go on for as long as it did. It was thought of as just a virtual video game item, right? It was standard practice for CSGO gambling websites to be licensed offshore to avoid the first level of legal obstacles.
10K?
Luckily for you guys, I don't have to flee to another country to promote a product that I love, which is why today's video is sponsored by Allform. Allform is Helix and Birch's sister brand of sofas and chairs that are American-made and easy to assemble. They're modular, so you can customize them to work well in any space, plus they're scratch and stain resistant. And really comfortable too. You guys know how much I love my Helix mattress, and quite honestly, Allform is just as amazing. No matter how you spend your downtime, your sofa is an integral part of your home. I personally am spending a ton of time editing my own videos and reading on my Allform. You can customize your sofa to your space by creating over 500 unique combinations with seat numbers, corners, chases, and ottomans. They make it easy to find the perfect piece of furniture for your space your way. Based on my space, I got 2 sofas, a love seat in sand with espresso legs, and a 3-seater in sand with espresso legs. What I love most about Allform was how easy it was to set up these couches. I timed myself, and I got it done in just about 15 minutes per couch.
Bro, I get it,
because
bro, it's
Allform
dope.
ships direct to consumer, they're able to use really premium materials at a reasonable price for you. Shipping is fast and free, and you're not waiting around forever for a delivery. If you've purchased a sofa before, especially one that's customized, fast, it can take 2 or 3 months
That's
to
gotta
receive
be
it.
like my biggest
Allform
fear.
is
I'm not
much
gonna lie
quicker.
though.
The
Like,
best part about all of
imagine
this
like
is that
having to
Allform
put your
delivers
own couch
to your
together.
door
I feel like
for
that'd be
free.
hella
If
scary,
it makes you
bro.
nervous to buy something that you haven't tried yet, Allform has a 100-day trial. For whatever reason, if you don't fall in love with your new couches, they will come and pick it up for you, no questions asked, and you'll get a full refund. I love my Allform sofas, and I think you would too. If you're looking for some new seating, check out Allform. Click on the link down below or go to allform.com/Philion for 20% off any sofa of your choice. And thank you to Allform for sponsoring this video. It's quite easy to draw the parallel between CSGO gambling and the current boom of crypto casinos, operating with layers of unregulation, hiding behind a universal currency. And in a very strange way, CSGO gambling even has overlap with NFTs.
No, but I want to bring this up while the fucking video's going. I had this idea
describing
would add
OpenSea.
value to skins infinitely. You should have a track list of ownership linking to like Steam profiles. Like, could you imagine if like JW unboxed a knife and sold it? It'd be that obviously worth like 10 times the usual amount, right?
No wonder he's obsessed. The first taste of fraud in the CSGO scene was in 2014, when a professional team threw a match because it was rigged from the start, like going down in the 5th in boxing. At this point in time, betting on competitive matches with skins was commonplace, and thousands of people just lost money. In 2015, games of chance were introduced, such as coin flips and roulette. This absolutely blew the lid on the once underground CSGO gambling craze. You could now take your chances to win exponential jackpots, and remember, we're dealing with unregulated gambling here, which means it's extremely easy for site owners to rig the games. Which is exactly what happened. By 2016, $5 billion were wagered in CSGO gambling, with chance games overshadowing the match betting. This broke down to $3 billion through coin
So in like
flips and
3
roulette,
years,
and
it was
$2 billion on
banking like,
competitive match
oh my
outcomes.
god, people were
The
going
CSGO
crazy.
gambling scene was so successful in driving traffic to CSGO that people were buying the game just to participate in the gambling. Valve, which is the parent company of Steam that owns CSGO, had a problem on their hands, but that problem was making them a fortune. Valve was under fire for having the systems in place that encouraged illegal online gambling. Was Valve enabling underage gambling? Not entirely, but it was complicated. CSGO gambling drove more traffic to CSGO as a game, which means more money for Valve. And they were raking
they
in
were blowing
15%
hella
of
bread
every
on them
skin
on
bought
them
on the
skins,
Steam
yeah.
marketplace. The figurative
People were
poker
probably
chips
doing
proved to be a cash
unboxing
cow for
streams and
Valve.
shit.
So was Valve
Just
turning a
opening
blind
hella
eye
boxes?
while profiting off of this weird, questionably legal exploit in their system? I think they were aware of it happening, saw the money coming in, but wouldn't say anything unless they had to. Which is precisely when the FTC stepped in. It was not a good look for their company. July 19th, 2016, Valve issued a cease and desist to 23 CSGO gambling websites. It was clear that they were no longer playing around, and these websites had 10 days to shut down or they would face serious consequences. The clause that Valve cited as reasoning for termination of these websites was use of Steam accounts for commercial gain. There were two main strategies at the time used by influencers to make a lot of money, fast. Number one was to get a sponsorship from a CSGO skin gambling website, not disclose that you're being paid to promote it, have the odds be rigged in your favor, and then give an Oscar-worthy performance of your acting.
I got it! Oh shit! I got it! Let's go!
Damn, so this is how they all made like all this money?
I put 2,500 on it. Bro, you're up to 60K! Jeez.
I don't know about you guys, but I've seen better acting in porn. Number two, I'll just ask a question. Why take a sketchy sponsorship from a CSGO gambling website when you can own one? Just as the underground market for CSGO gambling was exploding, it seemed as if the participants knew it was going to crash, and they had to cash out as much as possible before it was shut down forever.
This is probably not going to be around long, and if you can make fucking money on video game pixels, I would do so. All right, Nick, you ready? We got 10 G's to fuck with.
By mid-2015, everyone and their mother was
10
trying to make a
rackets?
CSGO gambling website,
Just betting
and
on
new casinos
skins?
started popping up
What the
everywhere.
fuck
This
is
was
going
bad
on?
for business, as the space was becoming oversaturated and it was rife with competition. But a few casinos had an advantage. Influencer marketing was a surefire way to drive massive amounts of traffic to your casino, so long as you abused the parasocial relationship with your millions of fans. T. Martin and Pro Syndicate. These two YouTubers wrote the book on how to scam your audience. They would post videos showcasing massive wins and losses on a website called CSGO Lotto to their combined audience of 14 million. They just left out one small detail.
These two slimy fucks actually own this website. T. Martin is the president and Pro Syndicate is the vice president. They created it together.
And they were willing to trade their reputation for a short-lived fortune. The same exact story was happening with Twitch streamer Phantom Lord and CSGO Shuffle. He owned...
That's crazy. What? So they own the shit and they were just running it the fuck up? And then they were faking the... Oh. Bro, I fucking love Syndicate, dude. Bro, Syndicate? Like, Syndicate sent, like, dye your hair Syndicate? Oh, man, dude. Syndicate was a shit, dude. I used to watch him play zombies and shit all the time, bro.
On the website, rigged the percentages in his favor, scammed his audience, and destroyed his reputation. He went from being one of the biggest streamers on Twitch to a laughingstock of the community. There were two problems. It is against the FTC to...
Bro, I thought that people just didn't like his content anymore. I thought people just, like, you know how, like, some people get so popular? Like Ninja. Like, they just get so popular that, like, once, like... You know how, like, you can have, like, A-list, like, times where, like, everyone's talking about you, and then as soon as everyone stops talking about you, then you go back to just being a regular person, getting, like, 1 million views here, 200,000 here, 300,000 here. Like, people start to think that you fell off, but in all actuality, it's just, like, you're just not that, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be that guy every time. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. I didn't know that shit happened at all, bro. Kate, me either, bro.
To not disclose a sponsorship or endorsement. These
That's hella
influencers
sad,
were acting
bro.
like they were just playing on the site like anyone else. Number two, they rigged their own websites to showcase a false reality. Quite literally stuffing their own pockets with millions of dollars from their own fans.
They were
that got
literally
them there
fake
in the first
sponsoring
place.
themselves?
And to make
Like,
matters
what the
even
fuck?
worse, underage children were able to gamble on these sites. The FTC was made aware of their actions and began an investigation. They cracked down in 2016 and 2 lawsuits were filed against T. Martin and Pro Syndicate. The evidence against them was glaringly obvious. They were clearly in the wrong and were about to face the consequences of their actions. But something interesting happened. T. Martin and Pro Syndicate got off with a slap on the wrist because of one disgusting, slimy piece of fine print. According to their terms, you could play CSGO Lotto for free as long as you asked. Therefore, it's not gambling if you're not paying. Obviously, no one was looking for this or probably even knew what it meant. It was just legal jargon to cover their asses in times like this. As a result of their cases, all they had to do was admit that they were owners and disclose any sponsorships in the future. No fines, no jail time. Phantom Lord was banned from Twitch in 2016 as they cracked down on CSGO skin gambling. There was one casino that dodged a career-destroying bullet, CSGOWild. The casino was shut down, ownership was exchanged, but the founders came out on top. So who exactly owned CSGOWild? Well, it's complicated, but short answer, FaZe Clan. The owners at the time being FaZe Banks
didn't FaZe Banks
Rain. You see,
I think I saw like a clip or whatever back in the day where FaZe Banks said that like they needed like hella money to like do some type of like startup that they were trying to do, the FaZe Clan, and is this what they were talking about that they did? I'm confused.
When they're not 360 no-scoping noobs in Call of Duty, they're running an offshore gambling website for children operating out of Antigua. In 2016, leaked DMs, emails, and proof of who was involved with CSGOWild began circulating on drama and news channels. It was clear that FaZe Banks was directly involved with setting up this company. But the extent to which he hid his involvement via shell companies is still vague. While every CSGO gambling website came crashing down in July of that year, CSGOWild posted this on Twitter. It was a bullshit twit longer that explained all of the allegations against CSGOWild, including who owned it, rigged games, and where it was based. Apparently, CSGOWild was owned by a guy named Gagey, but that turned out to be a flat-out lie. Was he involved? Sure. But more importantly, he was able to take the blame because he's anonymous. He then went on to explain how he worked out a sponsorship deal with FaZe, and he assured everyone that the games were not rigged, which was also a flat-out lie. Here's a clip of FaZe Adapt and FaZe Rain gambling as their accounts get refilled with fake money.
It was one away.
Bro, one off!
I would have got fucking... What the fuck?
Okay. Dude, I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
I lost, but
He lost, but he got money.
I lost, but I just won $7 grand. I'm gonna do 1,000 on gold.
Okay.
Because I feel like it'll land on gold. Yeah. I feel like I'll just get it easy too.
Yeah. Bro, what's happening?
What?
What is happening?
I thought I had 8K.
You did!
And now I have a 19K.
Why the fuck is this happening?
I don't know.
The first problem with Gagey's story is that no one in FaZe acknowledged that they were being paid to promote this website. FaZe Rain...
Nah, ain't no way you're just that chill about getting 11 rackets, bro. Like, I mean, I guess you're that chill if you're just gambling it away like 7 or 5K anyway, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think I could ever be that chill about like just literally like that's like waking up one day and having $1,000 in your account and being like, oh, okay, cool, and just going about your day. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, bro.
Who was part owner of FaZe at the
There's
time,
no way.
only updated his description boxes after criticism. Just like the other CSGO skin gambling moguls before them, FaZe Rain and FaZe Banks did not disclose their direct ownership of the site. Well, they did, but that's just because they can't keep their mouth shut. April 11th, 2020. 4 years later, FaZe Banks explains his involvement with a CSGO gambling website on episode 11 of the Bad News podcast.
We came up with this idea. With these kids, I came up with this idea for a different way to do it, and we branded it the right way. And my motivation for doing it actually was at the time we weren't making enough money to buy a CSGO team. All in, the venture was going to cost us like $1 million, and we definitely did not have anything close to that. So my brain, like, we got to finesse it. We got to figure out how to make the money.
Well, I mean, technically they did, because didn't like JJ and all them even like Road to Shaw, didn't they like fake like hella like pack openings and like what do you call it, like didn't they get like paid from like hella different companies or whatever to like do those videos to like open packs, and then they like sponsored their videos and stuff, you know? Yeah, I swear, doesn't Road to Shaw talk about it all the time how he like used to fake his pack openings and shit, and they like joke on him all the time about like him like faking his reactions and shit, and like having to like break chairs and pretend to do shit. And then like Mini Minter and all them would talk about how like, oh shit, they got JJ, so they'd have to like overreact and like act and like do like crazier shit or whatever to like make sure the videos went crazy. Yeah, bro. Niggas would like get like pre-recorded like pack opening clips and shit, and then like react to it as if they didn't know it was about to happen.
Team now, because in the next 6 months, year, this team's gonna be worth like $4 or $5 million, and we're not gonna be able to get into this game, which in our heads we need to get in this game. So we create this website, and through our rake and all this shit, we were making like $200,000 a day. And we set it up in Antigua. I had a house in Antigua for like,
where's that?
For like Antigua in the Caribbean.
Island, yeah. Where?
It's an island.
It's one of those like islands where they.
The best.
It's an island in the Caribbean where where gambling, where running a gambling website is completely legal if you have the permits and stuff to do it. So we flew there. We flew there private. Sat down with the guy who runs the country. Basically paid him like $100,000, and he gave us the license. We had this whole estate. We had guys with, because this place is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, we were out there and ran this website for a few months, and then the whatever, it was all regulated and shut down. And we were the only ones who were doing it legitimate, so we shut our shit down, and there's still people who are doing it, making crazy money.
All people had to do at that point was cross-reference where the websites were based, and it was easy to confirm that CSGOWild was indeed owned by Banks and Company. As a result of this, nothing happened to FaZe Clan, they did get their spot, and nothing happened to Banks. Gagey, the figurehead, was forced to close up shop in 2016 when Valve sent out a cease and desist to CSGOWild along with the other 22 gambling websites. Now, all that's left is a trail of evidence
people were
piecing this
making
scam together that was right before everyone's eyes. FaZe Clan is currently the world's first esports organization valued at over $1 billion after a SPAC merger, when the entire company is built on a bed of lies.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy, man. That's fucking weird, bro. It's fucking weird, bro. That's some. I mean, I understand like people change and shit, bro, but that's fucking wild, bro. Whoa. The Syndicate's still making videos? I swear he is.